Okay, guys, the highlights from Wednesday. Now, it's a bit of a strange day, and I'll talk about the FOMC and why it was a strange day in a bit. I was watching a couple early NBR, NFX, but basically canceled the aggressive ideas because it was just nothing was setting up on the ones I was watching. I'm trying to. I get a lot of comments asking me to post all my trades or all my calls, so I'm trying to go over and use these videos to post everything. So HOG was my first idea, and I want to use these videos also to show you why. Okay, HOG, sorry, was breaking out on the daily, massive volume. Okay, so it landed on my radar when it looked like this. Okay, I view this red candle here as sellers coming in. If these sellers fail, I want to go long. I think it's going to break out. I called it if it gets up to 52.50. All right, as a long. What happens? It starts to drop and ends up going down to 52. I took it off my radar for the moment, so I ended up missing it. It went down to 52 and then hits 52.50 and took off. Okay, so but it ended up being a no call. I don't want to act like it was because some people in our room might have taken it, but I didn't. Something has to move 50 cents or 52 cents to get to my trigger. I'm usually less interested. I wanted it where I first showed you. So VVUS, I'll show you. Had an idea in this one, and this was a big blunder on my part. Okay, VVUS, I found, in the first half hour, I was like, wow, that thing is really going. It was breaking out on the daily. Loved the volume, and when I put in this candle, I call this a fives flush candle. Sometimes you get this flush out, and then it goes right back up. How do I play it? I usually switch to 2-minute candles. And go for the first break of a previous 2-minute candles high. This is what it looked like on twos at that same moment. Called it a 23.33 with a 23.23 stop. It only went up about a dime there, came back to my entry, and I just took a flat. Okay, I didn't take any off the table into the first pop. What did I do wrong? This met everything I teach as far as an entry right down here at 23.04, and I had taken it off my radar. Guys, if you have a high volume, I feel like all my videos lately show what I'm doing wrong. But there are times I do get it right, I promise. When you have a high volume pop like this, going into breakout territory on the daily, and then you just dismiss the chart. And I have about 12 charts up. I got 3 monitors going, 12 charts that I can see at any time. And VVUS, I can't even remember now. May have been on one of my charts and I just didn't see this, okay? But this would have been an entry with what we teach now right here, stop down here to give it plenty of wiggle room, and man, that would have been the entry. But that woulda, coulda, shoulda, right? That means nothing. Got to call these in real time. Anyway, so that was a flat on my twos idea on that fives flush candle. NBR I called but canceled again. WYN over 49 was one of my ideas. It looked like this, very tight base. It was breaking out on the daily. See the breakout there? Nice volume and basing right below 49. Now I always give a caveat if I feel it needs one, and I did say that I don't like breaks of whole numbers like 49 as a call. Anyway, it does break 49 there. I had a 15-cent stop. It went up 24 cents. Normally I'd be selling at least a third to make sure I have a free trade, right? Can't lose trade. Instead I just killed it when it came back to break even because I wasn't watching it when it popped, and once I saw it coming back down, back out flat. So there's another boring trade out of me. Nothing for me to brag about today, really. Give me a second here. Let's minimize that. And then I want to show you, I do like to brag on others when they do well. R. Brown, I can't brag on his spelling, and I'll show you why. He said TPG, he meant TPX. One of our all-stars, though. And I can show you here. He corrected it a couple minutes later. Sorry, TPX. And I think a lot of us knew what he meant because he was watching it. But anyway, look at his call. Over 37 could go to 65 or greater, right? Okay? So let's look at TPX. And remember, he changed it. By the way, look at the time on this. 11:35. Okay? So you look at TPX around that time of day. And basically, remember, over 37. What does that mean? It means 60-37. Just shorthand, because traders do everything in shorthand. Okay, 60-30. So 60-38. If it gets up there, he's looking after this sell-off for this little base break. Look what happens. And there's the trigger. Oh, by the way, your stop's going to go below 60. He didn't post the stop, but everyone has to know you always put your stop below the trigger candle if you want to trade smart. So basically, right below 60. Okay, so 60-38, and look at this. Ends up making it all the way over 62. R. Brown All-Star again today. 60.38 went to 62.05 on about 39 cents risk. So hats off to him. Now, I say this in every video, but I think Mo had some good calls today. I'm usually looking for ideas for the room, so I don't always do a great job at capturing the screenshots to brag on these guys, but I try to at least brag on one All-Star every day. What was the other thing I wanted to show you here real quick? There it is. So the afternoon, I was just goofy. If anyone was brand new in the chat today, they probably think I'm a moron because I was talking about what kind of sandwich, what kind of mustard I'm eating on my sandwich, making fun of some of the members' spelling. Just goofy stuff like that. Some people thought I was on painkillers, but and I do that a lot on Fed afternoons, and there's actually a method to my madness. I tried to convey that, hey, I'm not taking the market too seriously because 12:30 FOMC announcement that usually causes chaos. Then at 2, they're doing something new. Then they go with the FOMC forecasts. Then at 2:15, the chairman of the Fed's talking. So this is basically, to me, all of this is telling me this afternoon is going to be unpredictable, okay? Now, some people might say, well, that's great. You need volatility to trade. But for me, I'm not trading off chart patterns so much or supply and demand, support and resistance when you have the Fed chairman talking, okay? Because remember the old irrational exuberance comment by Greenspan? You could get any comment out of the FOMC chairman that can make crazy swings like this, okay? I mean, this is about when the announcement came out. You see the volume spike there. Didn't do much to the SPY, but then you get close to when the FOMC comments or forecast, and you see, look at the volume there, and you see the SPY starting to lose it, okay? And then right back up. So maybe they said something bad, then they said something good, and it went through the high of the day. But to me, this, you might be able to look at some charts and say, oh no, that gave me so many perfect setups. Mike, you're a moron. And that may be the case. But I have found there's a lot more guesswork, and there's no way of knowing what's coming out of the guy's mouth when he's up there talking. So these afternoons, they don't happen that often. I just get to goofing around and playing it safe. But one last tip of the hat to R. Brown. Just a fantastic stock caller. Love having him in there. He's just a huge asset to the room, being one of our all-stars. And remember, the guys that we've given all-star status to, everyone in our chat room has black font. There's no changing it. They couldn't change it if they want to. The all-stars have different color font, plus you hear a little chime when they post something. Might be able to show you what the chime sounds like. You get one of those. So if an all-star posts something, people aren't looking at chat. They know, hey, somebody just posted something. Makes it a lot easier than just having another member with black font post an idea. So anyway, I'm not going to babble any further. We'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Have a good night.